My name is Cicely Rodway. I am a retired English professor in the Sikh program at Queen's College, now called the Percy E. Sutton Sikh program. I teach English to freshmen, and I also coordinate the Sikh Learning Center. But that is not my only profession. I am a licensed clinical social worker, and I have a private practice in which I do brief therapy and counseling of people with addictions. Born in Castries, St. Lucia, which is in the Caribbean. My parents were Guyanese, and so when I was 6 years old, we returned to Guyana, and I lived there until I returned to St. Lucia at one point and taught there for about 2 years before I came to the United States. So I am now a U.S. citizen. What person or event inspired me to do what I'm doing today? My father was a teacher, and I always enjoyed teaching. I was in the Girl Scouts, I was a leader there, and I didn't really plan to teach, though I enjoyed working with people. I kind of fell into teaching because in the Caribbean at that time, in Guyana, there were not many choices in terms of career. Either went into the civil service or you taught. And so I taught in high school, and eventually I went to college in Guyana and became what they call a senior mistress of English in the high school system in Guyana. When I came to the United States, I taught in the Sikh program. I also taught at Borough of Manhattan Community College. And my decision to go into social work was inspired by the fact that so many women or young people from the Caribbean do not have counseling from people who understand what is going on in their lives. Immigrants suffer a great deal from the trauma of moving from their own countries, and often parents don't understand what is going on with our young people. And I had a family member who eventually died with a mental health issue, who never fitted in. And I think that was what made me decide to go into social work, so that people would have greater access. And also in my student population, I found more and more students who benefited from just talking about what was going on in their lives, not in a formal setting, and I wanted to be prepared to do that. The greatest challenge I have faced in my adult life is as a woman of African descent in America, dealing with all of the issues, the exclusions, and not fully at first understanding what I was up against. Also, watching my sons, 2 young men who are classified as black, African American in this country, them negotiating systems that are not necessarily welcoming of them. I think those are some of the major challenges I have faced, and how to rise above that. They have both done very well eventually, but I now have a deeper understanding of the system here, which is not simply a challenge of race, it is a challenge more of class and economic divisions. And understanding that has helped me to be better serve the students I teach. I have been blessed to have the opportunity to be a teacher. I say blessed because it's my passion. It's what keeps me ticking. Recently on a television program, I don't remember what it was about, but a man was saying that his father had said to him when he was young that he wished for him to have a job which he enjoyed so much that even if he was not paid, he would still want to do it. And that's how I feel about teaching. Because though I am retired, I return to teach. I run a tutoring program at my church, and if anyone were to ask me what gives me the greatest joy, I would say it is my interactions with my students. And when a student comes back after many years, as my interviewer came back to me, it represents to me that you had some impact. You made them think about life, about something that they would remember you after 4 years and get in touch. And so I would say to the young people, don't settle for a job, settle for your passion as your job, and you will never be bored.